I'm a juvenile diabetic, on top of having fibromyalgia. So by the time I had met Lori, they had just opened. A friend of ours went down into the States and came back with a TZone machine, and he was saying how they're on it to try to lose weight being a diabetic. He says, well, you got to try it just for the weight loss. Well, by December, I was using either a walker or a cane because my rheumatoid had gotten so bad, I no longer could even drive 5 minutes from my home to here. So I decided I'm going to give the machine a try. I was very skeptical. At first I thought it's just another gimmick. Does anybody remember the jiggle machines from the 60s where you put the big thing around your waist and it's supposed to make you lose weight in inches, and it never did? So I was just kind of thinking, okay, this is just a gimmick, but if it's going to do some form of exercise, I'll give it a go. Well, I noticed the first time I used it, I got down easier. And then I noticed when I got home, I didn't immediately have to go for my pills like I usually do when I exercise. I thought, wow, that's great. But then I started noticing 1 hour go by, 2 hours, 3 hours without me having to go for my pain meds. And I went, okay, I'm going to get a membership and give this a go for a month just to see what we were doing. So they measured me, which was a horror because unfortunately Lori didn't keep the picture or lost the picture. That was when I was this wide and had at least 3 chins, which I'm kind of glad she couldn't find the picture. I still have 2 chins, but hey, it's better than it was. So when I first started coming in, I just noticed how great I felt when I left, and it didn't aggravate any of my joints, and I seemed to have a bit more energy and a lot less pain. So I started coming twice a day, doing the 2 10-minute sessions twice a day, morning and night. So I was hoping to get my 5 hours, enough so I could get pain relief to get to sleep at night. So I'd come just before closing, and I'd be here when she opened the door in the morning for my next fix. Well, after the month of December, they said, okay, well, we're going to measure you again. And I go, what for? I didn't lose any weight. She says, oh, we're going to measure you. And it ended up being, I think it was 7 or 8 inches. I'm not sure. And I'm going, wow. But I haven't lost any weight. Well, then they had this wonderful offer in January for the machine to go up for sale. And I grabbed one. Well, that's when once I had it at home, I started using it more than twice a day, but I'm using it twice for the exercise cycle. We're keeping it into the lower numbers to getting the exercise, but I'm also using it quite frequently in the higher numbers, 30 on up for the massage. When I'm into the massage portion, I'm finding I'm in a lot less pain. And as Lori can tell you, during the Christmas week when she was closed, I didn't have the machine yet. They weren't answering the phone, so I said to my son, drive me over, maybe somebody will be there. So he drove me up to the door, and I got out with my cane, and I'm pressing my face against the window going, is anybody in there? And lo and behold, here was Lori behind the desk. She says, come in, she says, use the machine anyway. And I was really thankful for that. Thank you. You gave me a lot of relief during that Christmas week when you weren't supposed to be open. And since owning the machine, it's just been excellent. I just find I am now able to do, instead of just standing there and doing the tummy, squeezing the tummy and the buttocks, I now can go through a whole range of the different exercises using the 2-pound weights for the upper body. I do the squats, and then there are some days when I can't walk, and I'm using my walker. So at that point, I can't stand on the machine. I'm just in too much pain, so I will just sit on it and put it for the 10-minute session. And even that manages to release, to get your blood flow going, to release the pain of the fibromyalgia, release the pain of the rheumatoid. And when I ran into Lori again, May, during your little advanced session for the exercises, we went there and I learned a whole bunch of new things, using the medicine ball and, being able to lay down on the machine and start working on the stomach muscles. And then kneeling like that lady's, on the ball. Boy, your stomach really feels it while you're doing it, but you don't hurt after. But you've done something because you leave and you're going, ooh, I feel tighter as you go.
And how many inches have you lost today?
I think it was 42. I went down, I went down from 1416 down to a 6'8".
Oh my God.
On the bottom, yeah. So I really noticed the difference. But it came up gradually, like I didn't consciously go, well, I'm measuring every week. It was a case of I hadn't been measured, and then you said, come in and get measured. So I came in and got measured.